What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
And we're finally back with May's monthly review.
So let's go.
So ladies and gentlemen, before we get on with the video, there are a couple of changes we wanted to talk to you guys about. Some huge changes in our real life, which is absolutely amazing, and some small little tweaks we're going to make to the monthly review moving forward. So I think the big news, first of all, I mean, there are a lot of you who already know this, people in the Discord, a lot of you follow me on Instagram and Twitter and, you know, things like that as well. I mean, even if you're not in the Discord, I did post it on the channel as well, so a lot of people will have seen it. But would you like to reveal? Would you like to tell everybody?
We got some bun in the oven.
We're pregnant.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo,
We're
finally.
expecting our first little Jangus.
We certainly are. We certainly are. We did. So over the last couple of monthly reviews, a few of you may have already noticed like little cuts and things during the monthly platinum collection where we've had to stop, where Becky's feeling a little tired, maybe needing a drink, sick, just needs to sit down away from this uncomfortable chair that she's sat on for 5-10 minutes. And it is making it difficult, generally just getting it out on time, which we've, you know, has been a problem for a little while, don't get me wrong, but it's been even more difficult, I would say, the last couple of months because she's just been absolutely shattered all the time. So yeah, the huge news is we're pregnant. We're honestly absolutely ecstatic. It's something that we've both always wanted to be parents. We are due on the 10th of December. So yeah, exciting
little
times
Christmas
ahead.
baby.
Christmas baby on the way. Yeah, we honestly can't wait. So there's going to be a lot of changes in general moving forward. I'll try and keep the content going the best I can. But as you guys can understand, as it gets closer to December, things are going to get a little bit more difficult.
And that includes gaming.
And that includes gaming, yeah. But I want to try and get as much done as I can before then. And we'll kind of go from there. In terms of little changes to the monthly, to make things a little bit easier on Becky, and then also so we can get this out as close to the beginning of the month as possible for you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to keep purely just my list and Becky's list as where we're together. We'll do that as we normally do. We'll have a little giggle for 10 or 15 minutes while we do that segment, and then the monthly platinum collection I'm going to do on my own.
It's 2 hours of sitting in the same place, and
it's a long time.
I can't do it.
Yeah, it is. It's a long time, and you know we don't want to end up with like 10 and 15 cuts in one video and things like that. And yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. That's what's going to happen moving forward, and we'll just see how it goes. And then, you know, if you're free one day and you're feeling up to it, it could happen on a weekend, and if you want to get involved, then we can do it like we used to. But we'll still keep the beginning parts. I do. It's going to be lonely doing it on my own.
Mr. Lonely.
But that's the huge news, guys. Yeah, can't wait, honestly. So we're so excited, and yeah, we'll give you plenty of news and updates as time goes by.
It's sucking the life out of me.
Yes, just shattered all the time, 24/7, aren't you? But you'll get there. I can't wait, honestly. Cannot wait. But yeah, that's a huge news. Those are the few little changes. So what we'll do is we'll move over to my list. So we're going to get straight on with this because, yeah, in the little intermission, Becky's already yawning. So I think we better get a move on before she falls asleep on us. Yeah, before we do get on with the stats, of course, it's been that long since we've done a video. I forgot what we say at this point. Thank you to all my patrons and channel members. And also thank you so much to Platinum Chaser as well for joining the channel membership. Thank you so much. Trophy level 737, 20,531 total trophies, 534 platinums, 3,479 gold, 4,710 silver, and 11,808 bronze. We've now played 600 games, 508 of those are completed to 100%. We've got a 96.02% completion, which I did have a little higher, but I've left. I won't talk about these games because they're in June, but we've got some DLCs that I've left because I just wanted to move on with the ladder challenge, of course. 910 unearned. I did get that to like 866, which was the lowest it's ever been before the ladder stuff. So yeah, we're going in the right direction. 5.29 trophies a day, some views, some world ranks, and because of how much I'm hammering the ladder, the country rank's actually in the green for a change. I'd fallen to, I think it went to 700 in the UK, and we've brought it back a little bit, which is good. So let's bring. We're doing May, aren't we? Yeah. As much as I'd love to talk about all of the ladder, but we will be doing June's definitely a lot earlier than normal, so I can talk about it soon. And Bucky's picking his moments again to have a little scratch of the sofa like he does. So we started the month very strong, although a lot of the work on World of Final Fantasy was done 5 years ago. When I went back to it, I think I was 60 odd hours in.
I think I was 60 years old. Hang on a minute.
I felt
Not
like
that old, are you? Jeez.
I did feel 60 though, after going back through this. So I was around 60 or so hours in, and then I ended up getting the platinum after 140 hours. So in actual fact, a lot of the work was done in April, but we got it over the line literally on the 1st of May. Yeah, it was just part of my clean-up. I'd picked a few games of late that I wanted to get done, this being one of them. Took a lot longer than I thought when I went back into it. But this is the issue when you go back to old games, that you want to clean up. You forget what you're doing, you forget what needs to be done. The buttons are all over the place, and yeah, really happy to finally get it done. And this is what marked the start of the ladder challenge then, which is the...
Life is Strange says 2 out of 10.
Yeah, so I was just going to point that out for anyone who noticed, but you noticed it straight away. So when I originally picked the game, the only guide that was available was a 1 out of 10 guide.
Okay.
There is now another guide, which is a 2 out of 10. But even if that was the case, we would still always use the lower guide anyway. So there is a 1 out of 10... a 1 out of 10 guide as well. I'm going to show you guys who are not familiar with kind of how this works. So if we go into guides here, and then watch me click into the one that's a 2. Yeah, so there's the one that's the 2 out of 10, and there's the 1 out of 10. Okay. So there's just multiple guides for it. That's all that is basically. So yeah, it's definitely a 1 out of 10 before people think that I've somehow cheated. I played a game I shouldn't have. Yeah, great game. I love Life is Strange. Yeah, Max is a great character. Really enjoyed it. Pretty much more of the same in terms of what Life is Strange offers. Quite like the power between the two kind of realities. Really good. Yeah, look forward to more of it. And it does. Oh no, I won't say. I was
anyway. Going to say, there's a twist.
Is there a twist? I don't know. There might be
a twist.
Might be a twist. Yeah, might be a twist. But yeah, really good way to start off the challenge. For my 2 out of 10, I played Epic Mickey Rebrushed, which I had a lot of fun with. You did need to do a couple of playthroughs because of like the paint playthrough and thinner. Yeah, we won't talk about that because Becky's messed hers up, kind of. Yeah, a little bit annoying. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a super fun little game, and glad I got to play it. For my 3 out of 10, we went with RoboCop Rogue City, which was really good actually for just a AA title. Really made you feel like RoboCop. Very satisfying first-person shooter. Had a lot of fun with it. It's not too long. It says 12 hours for the platinum. It took me about 15, but it's only because I was searching high and low, trying to get more out of it really. But yeah, really good, and something I recommend. It's on Plus. Go and give it a try. Yeah, I did have a small break from the ladder challenge to play the Outlaws DLC, so we played the second DLC of that just to get it back to 100%. Again, more of the same. I still think it's a really underrated game, one of those Ubisoft slapped on it so people avoid it. I actually think it's really, really good, and even if you're not a Star Wars fan, I think it's really cool because it's nothing to do with the Jedi and that kind of thing. You're just an outlaw, bounty hunter type person. It's really good. Yeah, really, really good. And then, oh no, there is one more. I'll talk about Yakuza first because I'll finish off on Lego. So yeah, Yakuza, those of you who are fans of the series will be pleased to know that I've kind of gone back to it. It's took another backseat actually whilst I cracked on with the ladder, but because Lego 2K Drive was such a grind, I needed something else to play as well. So I started working my way back through Yakuza 0, did a few more chapters. So yeah, I'll hopefully get back to that soon and start to play it a bit more consistently. But yeah, Lego 2K Drive. The good points, brilliant game. If you like Lego and you're a fan of racing games, things like Forza, The Crew, and you like the battle element of like Mario Kart, Crash Team Racing, you'll have a lot of fun with it. It is honestly really, really good. But for those of you who are not familiar with the trophy list, there is a trophy for driving 6,000 miles, which might not sound crazy. It might, I don't know. But to give you some kind of context, I'd finished the entire game, all trophies, literally everything that I could possibly do, and I was 21% progress towards the 6,000 miles, which is just absolutely insane. So I've ended up having to do roughly 60 hours of AFK, just driving around in circles whilst I was doing other things. It's just
like little setup where it was like, wasn't just rubber band, it was multiple different things.
Because you say rubber band, don't you? But I didn't actually have any bands to use, so I just kind of used everything I could within my room to keep the controller in the right place, and got there in the end. Honestly, if you're going to go for this platinum, just be prepared. It's a really, really fun game, but it will suck the life out of you trying to get the 6,000 miles trophy. But yeah, that was my May. Quite happy with the progress. I really enjoyed the start I made on the ladder challenge, as well as the couple of other things that I'd played as well. And yeah, you'll obviously find out in June. I don't want to spoil too much what I've been playing, even though I post everything everywhere. But yeah, I look forward to talking about the games I played in June as well. So I've really enjoyed my gaming this month. But yeah, that was my May. Lots of fun. I'm actually in a way, I've loved the ladder challenge, but I'm looking forward to when it ends for me personally, so I can start playing all these other games I've wanted to, rather than being stuck to what you've got in the list. But yeah, good times. So let's move over to Becky's list.
Well, here we are, and I will say that we've just had a gander. This is going to take a few minutes. So before we get started then, so I'm literally nearly level 322 there, ladies.
Nice. We can actually see 96%.
30 points. How do you get points?
So the trophies have a value. So if I remember rightly, I might have made a mistake here, but I think a bronze is 15, a silver is 30, and a gold is like 90 or something like that. So like one silver trophy, technically their levels you up. So yeah, each of them have a points value to them.
Fair. So 2,236 trophies, 50 of them platinum, 329 gold, 483 silver, and 1,374 bronze. 83 games played, 48 completed, 73.9% completion, 853 unearned. It's mad that I've got that many unearned when you're not that far off.
Yeah.
And you've played a lot more than me.
Right, I keep saying you're banned from new games now, so...
You keep saying that. And then you bought me 2 Point Museum.
This is true.
2.3 trophies per day, 1,130 views, and some red.
I know, normally you're in the green, to be fair. This is how little Rebecca has played.
So literally, I have 2 things to talk about.
Just these 2
and
here.
I'm furious with them both.
Because it's not an exaggeration in that you're finishing work and then literally...
I'm asleep by 7.
And this is why I've probably played a lot more than normal lately. Like my May's been really good, my June's been excellent, and it's because literally on my days off I play all day. You come in, you go to bed, or the days even when I'm at work I come in, you're already in bed, so I just play, and you're just absolutely knackered, aren't you? Yeah.
Literally a life-sucking force right now. So yeah, both of these are irritating as hell. House Flipper, I was drunk, obviously, before I was pregnant. We have spoken about this, and it deleted my save, so I have to replay all of the DLCs, like every single story in the DLC, so I can get the rest of them, because you have to play them all to get one of the trophies, and then you can't get some of the tools until you've played them all. Pain.
And wasn't money an issue as well? Because you've
lost... so now I've got no money.
Yeah, so you can't
I had
just...
so much money before.
It's not like you can just dip in and do everything that's needed.
No, because I have to actually buy some houses for some of the trophies in the DLC, and now I've got no money.
Yeah, shocking.
So I kind of have to play the whole thing, really.
So,
and it's...
lesson learned. Don't play House Flipper when you've had a drink. Never do that.
And then Epic Mickey. So when I first played, didn't want to look at the trophy list.
Yeah.
Chose not to. But I did the first boss if I remember correctly, the first boss I thinned and the second boss I painted. And you're meant to do a whole run of paint and a whole run of thinning. So I messed up on the first run. So I did most of the other ones. But then I messed up another one because you've got to get these heart containers. So I messed up enough on the heart containers to not get that one. But to get the heart containers, you have to do certain things. And one of the objectives is to piece together Goofy and get the locket and take the locket to the character.
Yeah.
But I messed up again on my second run when I did painting and still didn't get the hearts. So that's 2 playthroughs done. You're only meant to do 2. And then I've gone into my third playthrough thinking all I have to do is thin. Because I've done my paint one, I've done my thin one. I just need to get the heart containers. If you put Goofy back together,
which you needed to do for...
which you have to do for the heart containers, that takes off your thinning, because in your thinning you can't put any of the animatronics back together.
Yeah.
So I need to do 4 playthroughs in total. I've done 2. I was partway through 1 and then I went in a Raj.
So you're literally going to have to finish that run that you've got on, get the heart containers.
Yeah.
Just do that on its own and then do another run just thinning, aren't you?
Yeah.
Thankfully the game, when you speed run it, it's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. It isn't too long, so you'll maybe... Well, the 6 weeks are coming up in a few weeks. Maybe like some of these games that you've left with a few trophies, just get them done. You'll have a bit more time.
Gotham Knight.
Well, I've set that up quite nicely for you. How kind was I to sit here for a million hours?
Have you seen how many more I've got to do though? I've still got 13 trophies.
Yes. No, a lot
12.
of them are DLC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so literally this is all mainly combat stuff, and then getting to level 40 in New Game Plus. Pretty easy.
I just don't have the energy for this anymore.
Yeah, I know, it must be difficult, bless you.
You grow a human, see how you feel.
I feel like I'm carrying one at the minute. Too many Parmos. I feel like I'm pregnant also.
But yeah, that's me. That's my mate. And as you can see, my tune's not much better. But it's okay.
So yeah, probably not much to talk about in June.
No, probably not.
When we get there. But yeah, that was our list. So yeah, for like we said at the beginning there, for the foreseeable, we're just going to keep it like this. Go through each other's list like we normally would do. But then... I'll just be doing the monthly platinum collection on my little lonesome.
Unless I'm feeling extra not tired one day.
Yeah, if you're fancying it, and then we can do it like we normally would. Yeah. So I'm sure everyone's gonna miss you. Everyone's gonna miss the band, so there won't be any crazy
buns.
No crazy innuendo when I'm on my own. I'll try my best.
Oh, no innuendos.
I know. Aww. I'll try and make it as funny as possible. With just me on my own.
You're not as good at reading stories as me either.
I know. I'll try my best in your honour. But yeah, that was Becky's list. So we shall let Becky do some schoolwork, go to bed.
I think I'm just going to go to bed.
And we shall carry on with the monthly platinum collection. So, to the monthly platinum collection, ladies and gentlemen, and this feels very weird now, sat on my own doing this. It's been mine and Becky's thing for a long while, really. But I think it's for the best moving forward. It's obviously going to be a lot more difficult getting her to sit here for a couple of hours with everything that's going on. So just so we can start to get these out on time, which I've promised for a long while, I think that's what we're going to do. We'll stick to me and Becky just doing our little segments because it doesn't take very long, and then I'm going to do these on my own whilst I'm off, and yeah, we can get them out on time for you, which is always nice. That's what I'd like to try and do moving forward. So yeah, let's get straight on with it. Less waffling, more trophy talking, and we're starting off with the absolute legend that is James. So hey everyone, just one platinum for me. WWE 2K25. Really enjoyed this one after getting back into WWE since moving over to Netflix at the start of the year. Only 2 problems with this: waiting 70 days until the season finished in my factions mode for the last trophy, and there was no trophy related to Joe Hendry. Yeah, that is an absolute shame. It really, really is. And I'm doing this just for you, buddy. Get myself in the zone. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I'm aware I can't sing before anyone comments. Damn it, I said his name. Sorry, Jeff. Couldn't help it. Couldn't help it. I seen him. I had to get into the zone. But yeah, the song is literally stuck in my head. He's done wonders with it because it works. Everyone remembers him now. So yeah. Right. Anyway, move on. Well done on the platinum, James. Love to see it, bud. So we've got Yugi up next. Very slow month for me because of server burnout, but still a few games. So we've got Lego Batman 3 on the PS3. Fairly enjoyed it the second time around, but still one of my lesser Lego games. We've got Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars, very enjoyable game and one of the last without voices. Genuinely funny cutscenes, going for the 100% was fun to do as well, with the addition of ground battles, something only this game had. Then Genshin, the last 2 trophies are time gated, there's nothing I can do other than wait. Yeah, great little month, Yugi, love that. So we've got Stephen up next. Hope everyone has had a lovely May, been a more productive month than I recall, as it's felt like I've been on RuneScape and Civilization for 2 weeks. So we've got Oblivion Remastered, tried experiencing the original multiple times, but due to instability issues, I never was able to get stuck in. Amazing game, highly recommend to anyone who wants to get into Elder Scrolls but doesn't know where to start. Siphon Filter, ladder challenge game, grew up playing game 2 and decided it was time to get the full Logan experience. Enjoyed it, however it won't be for everyone since it's a PS1 title. Very nice. We've got COD Modern Warfare 2, the 2009 one. Childhood game, loved going back to this sometimes. I wish we could go back. Yeah, me too. I do miss those late nights with the boys. Modern Warfare lobbies was something else. They made you grow. They turned you into a man. Yeah, they were something else. Hopefully no one has a transcript of what was going on back then. Anyway, the Walking Dead Season 1, my other ladder challenge game done so far. Never got to play this and I honestly enjoyed it. Shed a few tears at the ending. Can't wait to start Season 2. Highly recommend. Currently working on Mass Effect 2 and I'm almost at the end. One of the best experiences I've had in a while. Yeah, very nice, Stephen. Great little month from yourself. So we've got Sapphic Mystery up next. Got an amazing month with 4 plats and 1 100%, albeit not as many plats as our retiree usually gets. Wolf Among Us and Coffee Talk were both pretty solid games, but I don't particularly vibe with sub 20 hour plats, so I'm doing these type of games again. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is a great game. It's such a shame this failed because of the Avengers game. It really didn't deserve it. Strong recommendation. Yeah, it's a real shame when that happens, that, you know, a great game has suffered because of something before it. Now, I've said plenty of times, I actually don't mind the Avengers game. I had a lot of fun with it. I get to jump around and punch people's faces in as as my favourite characters. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I had its problems, there wasn't enough content, blah 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 blah, but I had fun. But I get what you mean. It is a shame, and I kind of use the same example with the recent Thunderbolts film. A great movie, one of the best movies that the MCU have had for a while, but because of how lackluster, you know, it's been a bit subpar, should we say, the standard of late, certainly since Endgame. A lot of people are not going to the cinema now to watch them, so it kind of, on the face of it, it looks like it's failed because it hasn't made a lot of money. You know, it's shocking at the box office, but it was a good movie, and it's such a shame that more people haven't gone to see it. So if you haven't, it's probably not even on cinema anymore, but make sure you do give it a watch once it hits like Disney Plus and things, because it's a really good film. I had a lot of fun with it. Control, in my opinion, is one of the best games ever made. After this ladder challenge, I'll probably dive more into the Remedyverse. I don't think I'll have the stomach to play Alan Wake 2, but I think I want to give it a shot with how amazing Control was. Yeah, Control's awesome. Current games to be played: Wolfenstein The Old Blood and AC Shadows. Loving the latter a lot, and the former is a shooter, so I've gotten a bit of chores around the house done. Nice. Hello, this is basically my ladder progress so far. This is from Marie next. So for the 1 out of 10, Life is Strange. I liked it, although a bit boring at times. Shadow Warrior 3 for the 2 out of 10. I enjoyed the first one more, as this one was too hectic, chaotic and fast for me. The first one, on the other hand, felt like more tactical. I don't know. Still had fun though. 6 out of 10 fun rating. And I did skip that off, but 6.5 out of 10 for Life is Strange as well. So for the 3 out of 10, The Last of Us Part 1, I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. Even the gameplay, which I originally wasn't a fan of when I played the remastered version for 1 to 2 hours many years ago. Despite already being familiar with the story though, through the TV show. See, this is where it gets hard, because normally me and Becky take turns, don't we? But I'm doing this all on my own now. There's a lot of reading, so you'll have to forgive me for any mistakes. So, already being familiar with the story through the TV show. The gameplay got a bit repetitive towards the end though. Great game for me, personally, not a masterpiece. Fun rating, 8 out of 10. For the 4 out of 10, Maria's done Monster Hunter Stories. Honestly better than every Pokemon game since Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire in my opinion. Starts off a bit slow but then gets really addicting. Some tough fights in the end game and it gets grindy too, and of course it's Monster Hunter. There has to be an annoying RNG trophy as well. Still, I can give a big recommendation to everyone that enjoys Pokemon type games, JRPGs and turn-based combat. My favourite game of the ladder as of now. Would rate it as a 8.5 out of 10 enjoyment wise, and I'm looking forward to jumping into the second game sometime. Very nice. Great little month, as we all know as well. You know, those in the Discord are aware, those outside of it. This has been recorded very late, so the ladder's moved on quite a lot since. We might even have a winner, which you'll find out very soon. So for the 5 out of 10, oh, there's more coming, sorry. Marie's done Steel Rising. I did expect this as a Souls fan. Honestly, pretty mid-Souls, like base combat feels good, but I don't like the cooling system. The level design is really confusing and maze-like, but everything looks very familiar, so meh. Bosses are forgettable as well, and the graphics look really washed. I give it a 6 out of 10 enjoyment-wise. DLC didn't add anything special either. And then the 6 out of 10, which was Marie's 190th platinum, very nice. I always thought this game is cool, but just like The Last of Us, I never played more than a few minutes of it. Now I still think it's an awesome game, and I really enjoyed it. Most Colossi were fun to beat, with a few exceptions like the third one. The controls were definitely something you have to get used to as well. The time trials, hard mode and speedrun isn't actually that bad though. Pretty good, doable, fun-wise, I'd rate it a 7 out of 10. Currently working on 9 Souls, which is find out next month. Interesting. And PS Elden Ring Night Rain dropped as well. Very nice, Marie. Love that. Loving the progress on the ladder, and thank you for getting involved in it and making it competitive. So, this is where it gets interesting. We've got Star-Lord up next, which is Ninja, isn't it? The terrible ones continue from a trophy point. From a personal point, however, I'm very happy to have been invited to join the T4 crew. Welcome on board, well deserved. You put a lot into the service, so I really appreciate it, and thank you for, I won't say anything yet because I don't know if you've told anyone, but those what you've made and sent me on DM, love it. Keep up the hard work, bud. Hopefully through this role I can help give back to this community that has quickly become my home on the internet. That's lovely, man. Really appreciate that, bud. One thing I will say though is I'm very intrigued to see what everyone changes the name to, because for anyone who isn't following along, every time we do the monthly, everyone changes their name to something else, you know, a theme from something. So let's see. I think the next thing should be actresses from the Black and Orange website. Why not? You know, it could be interesting. Who knows? Come on, I've got to make it a little bit entertaining. I don't want to have Becky here to bounce off. That's for later. Weedcraft PS5, wanted something I could idle, and this was perfect for that. I ended up cleaning up the entire plat, so it was a nice bonus. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, played this for the first time, and whilst it was good, I couldn't help but feel like something wasn't quite right. I think I just prefer Skyrim's gameplay. Still a good time though, and overall the story / side quests are better than Skyrim's. Fair. Nice. Very well done, Ninja. One of my favourite names in the server, Mike the Dyson Vacuum. Only one platinum this month, and that was Saints Row 4 re-elected. This game was so ridiculous but fun at the same time. It got a good laugh out of me, and I earned it in my sleep. Even better. Well done. So we've got Rushy up next, Watch Dogs 2. We've got Clean Up. Clean Up. Is that the platinum? Did we not say we were going to post? Oh, it's 100%, isn't it? Ignore me, I'm getting excited. I've already noticed so far that there's been things that weren't clean ups or platinum. Saw the season pass on sale, decided to clean it up. It was a bit of a slog for one of the trophies, but huge thanks to Let's try and remember everyone's. So obviously Craig is Groot. Who's Drax the Destroyer again? I've forgotten. I've forgotten. Richard Butler for the help on Showdown. Absolute kings. Is it Void? Is Void Drax? Oh no, I don't know. Maybe. I should have checked. I could check, but we're going to move on. Such a long list when you're on your own. Palworld Backlog, so glad I got this after buying it at Christmas. This game is brilliant. It looks gorgeous. If you haven't played this game and you enjoy Pokemon, you need to. There is obviously differences in the two, but while stuff is getting patched out of this due to the lawsuit, it will sadly change slightly, but it will still be a fantastic experience for a new tamer to start up. Awesome. Lego Incredibles. When Sony announced they were removing PS4 games from Extra next year, we decided to download a load of my old console. We could play a load on my old console rather. We could play together and chose this as our next game. Pretty fun game, and I was surprised it has the same actors as the movie, which was cool. I will say the races, the camera angle is shocking, but other than that, quite fun. It was a bit guttering that all the trophies popped for her as well, so we may do it again in future for her to play it as well. Nice. Jackbox Party Pack. Bought this a while back in a really good sale and just didn't fancy starting it. I've been feeling a bit burnt out recently, so thought I'd do it as it's pretty simple. It was fun for the first few games, but 50 games for prizes is so annoying. The music is haunting after a while. Huge thanks to my king. Ninja on the devices help. Battlefield 1 cleanup. Went back and grabbed the plat in a day. I was only missing a few codex pages and doing the game on hard. I really enjoyed going back to this. It's such a fantastic game. Of course, it's got guns in it, right? I played the multiplayer a lot back in the day, so really happy I finally got the plat for it. Blacklight cleanup. I played this when I first got my PS4 with some people from college, and it was actually pretty fun for a free game. However, very grindy for the 100%. I played a few games last year when a few people like Alex and Stephen. This is me trying to, if you're not watching the screen right now and you're just listening, any pauses, it's me trying to figure out who the bloody characters are. So Alex and Stephen will go for the 100%, but I never finished it. Huge thanks to Tim for suffering the 100% on this with me. The game is delisted now, so we smashed through it, worrying the servers will go off soon as it's quite dead. It's now my rarest trophy and will probably remain that way forever now. Very nice, great work, Rushy, love that. More guns go brr. Battlefield 5. Played this as I was in the mood for more Battlefield after cleaning up 1 earlier in the month. Absolutely love the multiplayer. The single player is short and a bit dull, but it is what it is. Huge shout out to the Kings, Tim and Craig, for helping out on this one. Just a quick drink of the coffee, guys. Not easy doing this on your own. I'm just starting to realise. So we've got Slide 3 up next. Had this installed for about 4 or 5 months, and I thought I wanted something more chill after the other games I've done this month. The same as the other two, it's just such a fun game to play. The naval combat is also better than Skull and Bones. Hey Ninja, just missing the 4th to complete the series now as well. Ark Survival, it was free and thought I may as well suffer through this like I did the first one. Yes, this one was a bit more smooth, and no, I didn't enjoy it. These games run like crap on console. If there is another, I can't put myself through it again. Gravel, I didn't know much about this other than it being an off-road racer, but for £1.59 I thought I'd give it a go, and got to say, really enjoyed it. The cars handled well and it was a lot of fun, nothing difficult. It was a bit of post-game grind to max level, but as the game was fun, didn't feel like a problem. Huge thanks to, I'm going to guess it's Void for the multiplayer boost. I can't think of anyone else who changed the name. My name is Mayo Remeo. I blame doing this on trying to speed up getting to my 350th plat. It had some differences from the first, which was good. We all know these are excellent games. Thief Simulator, fancied another chilled and fun game to ease me to my 350th, and this was exactly that. You can tell it was slightly low budget game, but a lot of fun, sneaking into houses or warehouses, stealing items to get better gear. Highly recommend if you want a stealth game. Nice. What a month, Rushy. Love that. Yeah, really, really good, bud. Very impressed. So, we've got McCann up next. A modest month for me in May with 3 platinums. So we have got Beyond Blue for the 1 out of 10, an immersive game about the ocean and all the different sea life spanning different biomes, exploring the likes of coral reefs full of life or the black pits of the trenches and its brine pools. While it was a quick game, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with it and would highly recommend to anyone who doesn't suffer thalassophobia. Okay. Hopefully I've not butchered the hell out of that. Sounds pretty good though. I do like things like that, so yeah, I'll probably give it a go. For the 2 out of 10, we've got Deliver Us the Moon. My next game in the ladder challenge, a great game with a souring plat experience in my case, as I suffered a booked collector's trophy and had to do 2 extra runs before it popped. No way. That final time mission before the end game cutscene was super frustrating too. Well done on getting the plat though, McCann. Love it. The Lost Records, Lost Records, isn't it? Lost Records Bloom and Rage. Initially decided to play this game as it gave me Life is Strange vibes, and found that the original writers of Life is Strange wrote this one as well. Unfortunately, I didn't enjoy it as much. I found I didn't enjoy the characters as much, especially the PC, and felt myself getting bored more often than I would have liked. It did have moments, however, where I was enjoying myself and felt more invested in the story. Overall, I'm neither here nor there on it really. Happy I played it, but also could have survived not playing it. No, I totally understand, but I do need to try it myself. I will give it a go, but yeah, hearing kind of mixed stuff from people. But yeah, very well done. Love to see that. Just a casual 9 plats from Ray Alex. What's up, folks? 9 plats. As most know, they're all from my ladder. Some games did put my gaming skills to the ultimate test, so here we go. 1 out of 10 for Pinball Heroes. Again, anyone listening, that's not 1 out of 10 in terms of fun. This is the difficulty for the ladder. Nothing special, playing pinball boards from PlayStation, exclusive from the past. For the 2 out of 10, great PSP spin-off, Daxter. Great PSP spin-off from the Jak and Daxter series. Not too long, would recommend. Rylix has done Rallycross for the 3 out of 10, an old PS1 game, not aged well as most of their games. For the 4, we've got Dead or Alive 5 Last Round. I did enjoy it, but this one I did struggle at first due to doing all the combos for one character. Wasn't sure I could do it, but eventually it happened. Made me realise maybe I'm not cut out for fighting games. Got Wolfenstein The Old Blood for the 5 out of 10. Great game, great franchise. Can't say anything bad about this game. I guess some of the challenges can be a pain, but nothing too serious. Wolf 2 may be a different scenario. To be continued. Oh. Ghost Runner for the 6 out of 10 was hard at first getting used to the controls, as it's pretty much 1 to 2 hits you're dead, but the checkpoints are fair. Yeah, it was fun for most of it, running slashing enemies. We'll do the DLC at a later date. For the 7 out of 10, Rylix has done the Hong Kong Massacre. Enjoyable twin stick shooter. I did have a point where I didn't make no progress due to some of the challenges for not using slow motion, which makes the game harder, as it's pretty much fast reflexes, as the AI have perfect aim. Would recommend if you like those types of games. Wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable. For the 8 out of 10, Atari Flashback Classic Volume 1. This is easily one of the worst games, probably before my time, but the games haven't aged well, and some trophies expect you to be godlike. Thank God for save scumming, made it a bit easier, but not by much. The only good thing, I got a sub 1% play out of it. And then for the 9 out of 10, The Evil Within, survival horror. I didn't rate as much due to the first few playthrough and no upgrade run and Kumu difficulty. If any little thing hit you, you're dead. Certain areas were nearly impossible, but sometimes you need the luck to power through. Luckily, I did. Very, very nice indeed. Let's get another drink, guys. Dry throat over here. Coffee is just the best. Drink way too much of it, but it's the best. Yeah, very well done, Rye. Unbelievable work, mate. Unbelievable work. I won't give any details out on how your 10's gone. You know, for those outside of the server, they can see on the next update. But yeah, unbelievable work. So we've got Tim up next. Alright month for me overall. Would have got more done, but due to work being hectic as we're rebranding and my colleague being off, I've not had as much time as I would have liked. So Bioshock Infinite. I do prefer the first 2 Bioshock games to Infinite, but this doesn't mean it's a bad game at all. I still had a lot of fun with it, and the gunplay is still solid. Story I felt was a bit lacking in areas, and I did get a bit sick of Elizabeth. The DLC is also good. For the most part, the trophies are easy, but Clash in the Clouds can be a bit annoying. So we've got Dying Light, still holds up well today despite how old it is. Thanks to Craig, Aidan, Hurricane and Jen for their assistance with this. Always nice to play with people in the server that you only talk with here. Love that. So we've got Hades next, best game I've played this year so far. For a whole week I was addicted and couldn't stop playing. The prophecies can be a bit of a pain because there are hidden triggers and lots of runs you have to do. For example, speaking to a rock. I didn't know I could speak to it for ages, but the game is so fun. I would suggest at least for the first few runs playing it without God mode to test your skills, and then if you feel overwhelmed then try it with God mode. The side characters are amazing, the music is banging and the mechanics are smooth. I can't wait for Hades 2. 100% on Blacklight Retribution was fun playing with Rushy. For the ultra rares, the 50,000 SP you have to get is very annoying, and we spent about 20 hours blowing ourselves up on Onslaught. The game isn't fun at all unless you have a full lobby, and even then it's now full of sweat, so I've put 3 to 4k hours in on PC, wow, and now have to go to console since it got stopped. Blimey. Cracking month though, Tim. Absolutely smashed it. As always, bud. Love to see it. So up next, we've got the legend Wes. So we've got AR Memories of Old, 2 hours, 6.5 out of 10. It's an interesting game with some fun puzzles, but the controls feel way too clunky and delayed, which made it really tedious to play through. Also, ladder game 1 done. Nice. So we've got The Forest up next, 54 hours, enjoyment 8 out of 10. Oh hey, would you look at that, another game I played a few times on Steam and my previous PSN account. Overall, it has bugs and caps at 30 frames if you want to play multiplayer for no damn reason. There's not enough content to survive 100 days unless you count building a wall around the entire island, but that gets boring quick, so as long as you don't mind a grind for trophies, I'd say go for it. So up next we've got Doom the Dark Ages, 19 hours, 8 out of 10 enjoyment. Well, first impressions, the combat is definitely not as good as it is in Eternal in my opinion, but the weapons look way cooler. The story is really good, won't say anything about it to avoid spoilers. The new outfit is fantastic, however when it comes to difficulty, it's kind of easy. Even on Nightmare, the only way to make it a bit challenging is by using the difficulty sliders, so yay for that being a thing. Anyhow, I'm glad I picked this up, and I'm also glad I got the full 85 gig game on disc instead of only 85 meg like some other people got. Oh, what is going on there? Very well done, Wes. Absolutely smashed it as per. Love to see you progress, bud. Keep it up. So up next we've got Josh, aka Spider-Man. Time for another essay here from your favourite Brummie. Insert the horrendous accent from Jeff here. Alright, my name's Josh. Yeah, terrible. I'm normally good at accents, I am, but I find the Brummie one's quite difficult to do. You know, you tend to just do the same, alright. And then after that, it's hard to carry it on. It seems to fall away and go into something else the longer you do it. Anyway, no one wants to hear the Brummie accent anyhow, let's move. Sorry guys, if you're from Birmingham or surrounding areas or Dudley, I apologise. Ignoring the fact that I accidentally dropped another game, oops, Hot Wheels 2 in favour of that shiny ladder, we got 6, count them, 6 juicy platinums. Wow, check you out, man. So we've got Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Whoever made this game needs to be secured into an asylum. One of, if not the most messed up games I've ever played. The fact it lures you in by making it look cute is also kind of weird, but good game, just really messed up. Would elaborate, but I kind of need you lot to be monetized. Right, okay. Love that as well. But yeah, I've heard some crazy things about this, and I kind of see what you mean, because on the face of it, it does look very cutesy, and I might have to give it a go just to see what the deal is. So Dirt 5, cheeky little stack, same shit, different story, or in Dave's case, same fart, different bus. Or different fart, same bus, I don't know, because he's got a range, hasn't he? He's got a range of them. Farts, obviously. Going round and round in my little rally car is fun. Awesome. Lego Lord of the Rings. Despite never watching the films, I know shameful behaviour, don't worry about it, you're not missing anything. I've just upset an entire community there. Not apologising, they're overrated. Or reading the books, only thing I read are trophy lists. Ways to cheese, said lists and take out menus. This is quite the fun game. Only gripe I would have with this is the fact that you have nowhere near 10 billion. 10 billion? My eyes are going funny from all the zeros. 10 billion studs and have to run the same path over and over was a tad silly, but I'd take that over difficulty any day. Of course you would. A cheese method, an easy game. You love to see it. Nothing too difficult for you, Josh. RoboCop Rogue City, one of the best AA titles I have played. I would highly suggest this as one of the perfect introduction platinums to any trophy hunter. No missables, difficulty. No missables, there's no difficulty related trophy and a very fun story. Only thing that could have been improved was the fact that you run at like 2 miles per hour. I get you're a tin can, but make the objectives closer. I kind of get it, but I felt like RoboCop, which is the whole point. Yeah, it didn't bother me. I didn't mind that. So we've got Ducati 90th anniversary for your 105th. Mixed feelings about this cookie. On the one hand, it's fun. Racing is fun. On the other, having time trials that come down to a gamble whether cutting across a portion of the track is going to give you a penalty or not, and that being the deciding factor of getting the completion is an interesting choice. But overall, it's alright. Battlefield 4 for a first time Battlefield enjoyer. I know, shame. This was fun. Campaign, decent, apart from encountering the oh so famous glitch of it wiping your single player file unless you back it up to the cloud every time you close the application. What? That's a joke. Multiplayer, piece of piss with the legends, Craig and some random pleb. Plus Chris, Craig's friend, a random Kiwi we found. Nice. Overall, do Battlefield 4 immediately, at least the multiplayer, before EA decide to get trigger happy and shut the servers. Overall, fun month, great month as always, and good luck in the ladder if Alex doesn't demolish it first. Very good though, very good indeed. So, Onyx. Well, it does land on me because I'm the only one here. But, so that's going to be disappointing. I haven't not have Becky read out your amazing story. So, Jeff, if this lands on you, you have 2 things you can do. Either pick up the cat and read it with the cat, or let the wonderful lady next to you read it. Do I disturb him? He's asleep. I mean, there's no wonderful lady to me. I wish she was here. I wish she was still here. Shall I pick him up? He's asleep. Just for you guys. I'm gonna, I'm happy to please the audience and do what's asked. Come in, son. Everyone wants to see you. Here we go. Here he is. He's going to say hello to the world. Meow. Right. One of the sunny days in May, I sat on a rock inside my forest, probably covered in bird poop, but I was too lazy to check. And it's not like someone is looking at my buttocks. The susurrus of the leaves was tranquilizing. I sat there as I closed my eyes, feeling the wind gently caress my face. I heard something. A voice in the wind. It said one word. Metroidvania. Bucky, do you know what Metroidvania is? Not many people do. It's fine. I questioned the voice that I'd heard, thinking it was just my imagination. Then it came again. My hair fluttered back as the wind returned and said the word once more. What is it you seek? I asked out loud like some crazed person. Then silence. No more voices. But the wind still caressed me. What is going on here? What have you made me do, Onyx? What have you made me do? I rose from the rock and brushed off the grey stuff on my pants. Why do I take the risk? For aesthetic seating, I thought as I began to head home. Are you trying to get away, son? Tough, you have to stay at the end of the story. It's just getting interesting. The trees danced melodiously in the wind as it followed me. I only got 6 plats this month, but they are longer and a bit harder than the ones I had last month. So, Bucky, Onyx's first platinum was neither. How proud of him are you? Very proud. From the devs of Gris or Grey, not quite sure. Do you want to go now? Go on then, you can go. And honestly, I think it's better. It's more fast-paced, has combat, and I adored this game. Ender Lilies, what can I even say about this game? In a world so desolate and eerie, playing as a white priestess with only one friend on hand, the more I killed, the more friends I got. but the bosses became stronger. Fantastic and a hard Metroidvania. Also a backlog game. Woo! The Plucky Squire, I thought I'd enjoy this more since it's my type of game, but it didn't give my brain the itch these usually do. Also, second backlog game. Woo! Now I've got cat hair in my mouth. Brilliant. That's what I get for disturbing him while he's sleeping. Prince of Persia, Metroidvania 2. It was an easy one, kind of enjoyed it. Got some bugs, including an invincibility glitch for a whole goddamn section, and the boss guide said the boss was hard. Me, I just stood there and attacked while his strikes tickled my feet with a feather. What else have we got? Oh, second entry. So we've got Fist. Enjoyed it, but I wished it was more open world so I could explore the sick looking backgrounds. Ender Magnolia, a good sequel to Ender Lilies, and much easier. And no plats yet for the Below Here Skate 3 and AC Shadows. Very nice, Onyx. Love that. So we've got Gaz Davis up next. After a blank April, partly due to going to Cyprus for 2 weeks, managed to earn 4 plats this month. 3 of them done fairly comfortably, and 1 there was a bit of a grind to get there. Agent Intercept, plat rarity 13.05, nice. I enjoyed this actually. Vehicular combat where you play as a spy trying to save the world. Game is broken into 3 chapters. Each represents a different environment. Secondary missions which play the same as the main story really. And then the score attack mode where there are 3 challenges per level. Target practice, highest points, and then out and out race. This is the grindy part. Approximately 80 to 90 score attack missions. Acceleration is automatic. You control the vehicle and trying to keep your combo up to gain points. You need to achieve all 5 goals of each mission to earn the plat. Nice. So we've got Raji, an ancient epic. I started playing this whilst on holiday on the portal and finished it when I got back. Enjoyed the 2D platforming and overall enjoyed the story, even if I'm not completely sure of the ending. Would recommend the title and doesn't take too long either. I needed to look up a couple of collectibles I missed on the original playthrough, but you can do chapter select and even better certain areas of a chapter. It's always nice when you can do that. Bang on Ball Chronicles. Weird game, every trophy is for performing the fart action. Dave, get on this right now. Was glad to get this one out of the way, albeit there is some fun in there. And we've got gear shifters. Fairly standard vehicular combat game in similar style to the old Spy Hunter games. This can be made very easy by turning your own vehicle damage to 0. I played as normal for a while before it started to become difficult. Now, very nice, Gaz. Great little month there, bud. So we've got Darth Boothie up next, a legend. Haven't posted in a while, but been a good month for me. Finally got the plat for Balatro. I'm currently working on Expedition 33 and Balatro PS4. Yes, I have a problem. Congrats to all of the amazing plats. No, fantastic work, bud. Yeah, I really want to try Expedition 33. It looks like a bit of me, my cup of tea, definitely. Here he is, Big Dave, the one and only. Not much to report. It's a shame. Hey Jeff and Becky. Hey Becky, she's not here. We'll say hello to her. Not much to report. Exhausted and tired with little motivation to play video games. I mostly dabbled and hated playing video games this month, including Spider-Man 2. Hurts me so much, man. It hurts me so much. Upsets me. Such an amazing game, man. What's the matter with you? Far Cry 6, both stacks cleaned up. Only required the Lost Between Worlds DLC to get 100%. All the DLCs were just filler, with only Vast DLC giving me any enjoyment. No points in posting a picture. See you next month. Oh, very well done, Dave. Hopefully we can see a bit more from you from June. So we've got the Red Black up next. This was a month full of various cleanups. Sadly, my only plat was Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighbourville. Not going to lie, I love the game, but I hate its grind to clean it up. Luckily, too late though, I found a glitch which reduced the plat time by at least 50 to 100 hours or so. Wow. I'm focusing on Adventure Time Pirates of, I always butcher this, Enchiridion or Enchiridion, who cares, which will be my 80th plat so that I can start my ladder challenge in June and continue it for the rest of the year. Awesome work. Very nice. Love that. So we have, what is going on here? We've got King Shrog up next. I hope you're all having a good one line at a time. I seen this, I was like, what is going on here? Hope you're all having a good week. In terms of trophy hunting, it's been a really good month for me. Now, I'm going to tell a story. Right, okay. The man walks into a dimly lit room as the door closes behind him. The room has, redacted, stains all over the carpet. The man tries to open the door, but his efforts are futile. It seems someone is keeping the door shut. As he looks at the opposite end of the room, two choices await him. There is a CRT TV with a 0% save file of Crash Bandicoot 4 in the left corner and an altar with a spoon on it in the right corner. A voice emerges from the night. 106% Crash Bandicoot 4 or gouge your own eyes out. Your choice. The man sprints to the altar as swiftly as he can. And wow. Quality. I know we did say no stories and we'll stick to the platinums to keep the time down, but because Becky's not doing it now, it's not as much of a big deal, really. It was just really tough these last couple of months where we've been doing it together. Like I said on the previous ones, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we've made a couple of cuts where she could just have a little bit of a break, breather, a drink, that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't mind it as much now. Right. Have I skipped something? Sorry, yeah. Platinum 100 Crash Bandicoot 4. This game is perfectly fine if you're playing casually. If you're completing this game, however, prepare for the... Yeah, we're not saying that. Of the highest order. The thing is, this game isn't that difficult. It's just unbelievably frustrating. The best example I can think of, which perfectly showcases this game, is one of the hardest levels of the game, where around halfway through the level, there is a glitch that messes up your movement so badly, it's almost impossible to finish the level, and this happened like 4 times in a row. Wow. Don't do this. I have another story. As the I can't be bothered. Plat 101, The Pathless. This is a really good puzzle game, in my opinion, that I really enjoyed. Although I don't really have much to say about the game. What I will say is that if you really like puzzles, I'd highly recommend this game. And then Plat 102, Yonder. I wouldn't really have anything to say about this game if it wasn't for one minuscule issue with it. The game corrupts your save file when you close it, so you can't play other games once you start it. What? Wow, more King Shrug. Blimey. 100% on Killer Clutter. I would actually recommend this game to puzzle fans. It's pretty cheap on sale, and it was just a nice change of pace while I was playing Crash 4. And we've got Before Your Eyes. This is an amazing story that is unfortunately filled with technical issues. I would still highly recommend to play this game though. Plat 105, After Us. This was a game that really surprised me, honestly. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was made for a great platinum experience too, because all the collectibles are findable on your own. I highly recommend this game. My only real complaint about it is that it has some performance issues, but it's nothing game breaking or unfixable. And then, oh, there's a little jump. Oh, I know. Is there some sweats there? Is Plat 106 and 107 a sweat? Or am I just jumping the gun because you've jumped? Anyway, Plat 108, Avicii, Invector. My second hardest platinum this month, although that's not really saying much. While this game was frustrating at times, it was still a lot of fun. It's only difficult for one trophy, and that's getting 75% perfect notes on any song. The thing is, the timing is super strict, so getting 75% perfect notes is a really challenging task. I would once again highly recommend this game. Awesome. Very, very nice. I like it. So we've got Ryan up next, Exotic Shooter. Hey everyone, hope you all had a great month. I will start by saying massive congratulations to Jeff and Becky again. Amazing news, and thanks for sharing with us all. Thanks, man. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, can't wait to see you at the meetup in August. And yeah, I'll give you a big hug for that. On to my month, which hasn't been overly significant but could have been worse. Platinum 79. Gigantosaurus, is that what we say? Gigantosaurus. I should know, really. I like dinosaurs, don't I? Not a bad little game, to be honest, to start off my ladder challenge. Little did I know it has a Netflix series on Netflix, believe it or not, which my daughter now watches. Mainly a game of collectibles. Now, I never knew a Netflix series was on Netflix, Ryan. Who'd have thunk? Platinum 80 and 100% on DLC for Batman Arkham Knight. Very impressive. Now, this game took up the bulk of my April and May. I struggled getting into it at first, hence why it's taken over 5 years to complete. However, once I got stuck in, I really enjoyed it and I thought it was an amazing experience. I just want to give a massive shout out to Krish. This guy is an absolute legend. He really is. Without your support and advice, I would have never got this finished before it left PS Plus, and will be forever grateful. That's lovely, that, man. Currently playing Sonic Frontiers as my 2 out of 10 for the ladder challenge, so hoping to kick on from here. Look forward to the monthly review video to see what you've all done. Much love to my Jenga server family. That's class, Ryan. Love you, bud. Doctor Doom next. I guess I'll throw my hat into the pile. Platinum 409 Twisted Metal. This is an oldie. Dates back to 95 on the PS1. Some people in the Discord group weren't even born yet. Yeah, I was 8. Yeah, I remember this. I'm old. But yeah, some people definitely weren't. Anyway, this is a classic from the times of yesteryear. It was probably PlayStation's first real exclusive. Crash Bandicoot, I don't think, arrived until 96. Saving and rewinding are the real saving graces here, because without them this would have been a real nightmare. 95 was a different time when games were made to be challenging to make up for the shorter length. Very nostalgic and a worthy game for anyone's trophy list. Nice. So we've got Platinum 410 Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit Remastered and the 100%. Awesome. A very difficult race. The rubber banding was outrageous. Some of the events were absolutely ridiculous, particularly duty calls. Yeah, the rubber banding is a joke. It's probably the worst I think I've ever seen it in any racing game. Like, you can literally be going like 300 mile an hour and the police just fly past you. Like, it's crazy, or, you know, it doesn't make sense. I hated it. I hated every minute of it. Good game, but the rubber banding was shocking. I have to say, I didn't like this one as much as Burnout. While not a bad game, NFS Hot Pursuit felt like it was for NFS veterans, not for newcomers. I would agree. Those expecting a challenge will feel at home with this one. Otherwise, expect a lot of hair-pulling moments. Yeah, very good, though. We've got Abs up next. A decent month for me. Cat Quest 2 took slightly longer than the first, but pretty much the same as the first. Lara Croft Go, fun little puzzle game I had on the backlog for ages. Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2, we definitely don't see this enough. I saw May Hair Bear do this, so decided to go back and clean it up. I remember why it left back in 2013. Not as good as the first, and little did I know how much needless stress it would cause. My PS3's internal battery clock died and caused me to earn trophies with missing timestamps. I wasn't happy, but didn't think much else of it until I checked my PSMP and realised it affected all my milestones. So I have now since hidden the game because I care about my milestones, but now my platinum number is off by 1. Oh, that's a joke. That's shocking, that, Ab. Sorry to hear. Blair Witch up next. A decent little horror game with a fairly easy platinum. Required 2 playthroughs, but wasn't really a ball ache to get a different ending. Overcooked All You Can Eat. Played with 2 friends. Was fun and surprisingly low completion percentage. It Takes Two. What an amazing game. This had been on my backlog for ages, so I'm glad I finally got it done. Happy hunting all, and congrats to Platinum Jangus and bexxraff on their news. Thank you, Abs. Appreciate it so much. Thank you. Great little month, that. Love to see it. Very, very good. So we've got Thither up next. Very sweet month it was indeed, but June is going to be decisive in many aspects for me. Finishing writing and hopefully soon defending my first master thesis. Nice. Last 3 exams on university ever and getting closer to 125 milestone. Awesome. So we've got Donut County. I'm a raccoon creating holes to deliver donuts. Also, raccoons controlling the garbage disposal system is pretty neat, weirdly fun and a relaxing one. SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake. Who doesn't love our good old Sponge? Battle for Bikini Bottom is still the GOAT in my opinion, but this game is also fun with the multiverse aspect of different what-if scenarios. Worked on Tomb Raider multiplayer this month, very close to finishing it, but my inner demon will go out for a few moments after I get to level 60. It can go to hell. Very nice month though. We've got Joel H up next. 2 platinums in the month of May for me. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. A very fun and easy Yakuza spin-off game where you play as Majima and go on a wacky pirate adventure, recruiting dozens of pirate crew members through side quests and mini games, and then using them to compete in the pirate ship Colosseum was a satisfying gameplay loop. Story was okay, but lacked the emotional impact that the other Yakuza spin-off games had. Like a Dragon Gaiden. Can still see this being in my top 5 for 2025 though. Nice. Final Fantasy VI, boy oh boy, what a masterpiece. The pixel graphics were stunning, every party member had such personality, and Kefka was such a crazy villain. Lots of great combat options, as well as Edgar's tools, and Sabin. So I haven't played any of these. I know that there's no voice acting, so who knows how it's said. But Sabin's Punch Combos. This is definitely a top 3 Final Fantasy game for me, along with Final Fantasy 7 and 10. It's so hard to choose which is my favourite. Nice, and nice to see FF getting some love. Love that, Joel. Also, congrats on the baby. Very wholesome news. Thank you so much, bud. I really appreciate it. Yeah, great little month. Love that. So up next we've got Some Thor Frog. Wow. Do you know what I think would have worked better? So obviously, for those of you who aren't familiar with the characters, there is actually a character called Throg, which is, as you can imagine, it's Thor as a frog. I think you should have kept your usual name. So you were some random player, you've been some random Bulbasaur. It should have been some random Throg. I think that would have worked better than Some Thor Frog. But yeah, still amazing. Still love it. Anyway, me blabbering on again. Hope everyone had a great month hunting. It's a long weekend here in New Zealand, as Monday is when we celebrate King's birthday. I got 7 platinums and 1 100%. Very nice. Let's have a look at what we've got. So 1111 Memories Retold, a game about the horrors of World War One, told through a Canadian, voiced by Elijah Wood, nice, and a German. Very poignant themes of revenge, suffering, and the bonds that extend across country lines as humans. Plus the art style is unique, though a little distracting and hard to see through at times. Dating Stories, free game where you put pieces of a puzzle together to make pictures and tell a terrible tale of island romance. If this game was anything but free, you would be paying too much for it. 1 out of 10 for the ladder challenge. 100% on Journey to the Savage Planet. Went through and cleaned up the DLC trophies before it left. Plus, Jen and I had a lot of fun playing this together. Nice. So for the 2 out of 10 for the ladder challenge, you've done Call of the Sea. Fun little puzzle game about a woman following her husband to find a cure for a mysterious disease she has, and things get a bit crazier from there. No spoilers, but I enjoyed the story a fair bit. Stick Fight, fun little stick brawler game like I used to play online on the PC as a flash game in my childhood. Thanks to Richard Butler for helping out with the online trophies. We got this sorted in about an hour. 3 out of 10 for the ladder challenge. Done. Nice. And then for the 4 out of 10, you've done Twisted Metal. Very fun old car combat game. Had a good time playing this for a little while. Then it got a little repetitive, needing to finish the final boss with every character. Great month though. Love that. Very, very nice month indeed. Awesome. Oh, hang on. There's more. There is more. I didn't realise. My apologies. So, Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles. I played this as the 5 out of 10 for the ladder challenge, and as a big fan of the anime and the manga, I was disappointed. While the combat was fluid and fun, and the animation and art style were perfect, the actual fighting itself was a bit uninspired, very limited moveset, and got very repetitive very quickly. Killer Frequency, jumped off the ladder challenge to do the Game Club game, and I'm glad I did. I had a great time playing it and really enjoyed the puzzles. Good luck for June and happy trophy hunting. Also big congrats to Platinum Jangus and bexxraff on the little bundle on the way. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Loving all the love, guys. Thank you. We've got Bartek up next. Hello community, I hope everyone is doing well and had a great month. Mine was pretty good once again. Here we go. Robocop, very good game. It's recommended for sure. Deponia Doomsday, last Deponia game. Finally finished my series. I loved everything about the game. Lost Records for 225. Okay game and really straightforward trophy list. There is a good guide, so this made everything really simple. Killing Floor 2, great co-op experience with my buddy. I loved everything about it. It was planned for a long while. So 2 stacks of Drowning, horrible grubby game. Yeah, I know. AC Liberation, yeah, that was a horrible game. It crashed 11 times while I was playing. I'm just glad it's finally done. Definitely not something I'll miss. So you've done Ark Survival Ascended for your 230th platinum. Free plat with cheats. Both art games are done now. Lego Movie 2. F this shit. Worst Lego game ever. Never again. Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. This was a good Lego game. Happy to have it played after Lego Movie, so my soul felt a little bit better. 100% on Death Note. Again, new DLC dropped and it's done. We've also done After Us. Great indie game that will be removed from Extra soon. I recommend it to anyone who enjoys platformers. It's a really cool game. Check it out. The collectibles are easy to find too. And then finishing off with your 234th platinum for Peace Out Avatar, another free puzzle game done in my collection. Thanks, Dave, for letting me know. Big month from everyone, as always. See you next time. Very well done, Bartek. Love that. And 8 platinums from Jen. So managed to clean up both stacks of Journey to the Savage Planet thanks to some Thorfrog for the hard carry again. I actually told Pleb I hated this game, but ate my words when I had to do my own playthrough and clean up the plat. I grew to love this game and appreciated it more when I started to pay attention to everything. I enjoyed it so much that I cleaned up the other stack and DLCs before the game left extra. Beautiful planet to explore, and the trophies really help you explore everything there is available within the game. Played some hidden gems for badges and ladder challenge, Call of the Sea, Cthulhu, and Time Splitters are roughly around 10 hours without a guide and great short games. I really enjoyed the creepy atmosphere of Cthulhu, and Call of the Sea had a very weird but highly engaging storyline. Very nice. Great month as always, Jen. Love that. So we have Drax the Destroyer up next, which is definitely Void. We're actually going to... Yes, I was right. I should have just done that last time, but I feel better now, I know. Overall, a solid month for me, although not as good as the rest of you savages. And since our mighty overlord Jeffrey has instructed that we keep the discussion to just platinums and completions, you'll have to wait another month to hear about how Craig and I showered together for trophies. Wow, that's awesome. Can I join? Arcade Archives, Mr. Gorman. So I wrote this as part of Ninja's new Magic by Numbers badge, and well, have you ever played a game and thought, I don't know what this is or how I feel about? This is one of those games, truth be told, it's somewhat violating. An old arcade game where most of the trophies come through playing with menu and then just post a high score and you're done. Okay, interesting. Legacy of Kain's Soul Reaver, a remake of a PS1 game that I played when I was 10 years old, and now I'm much older and this game was remade with a platinum. I had to go back. Best way to describe it is Legend of Zelda with vampires. Still has some of that PS1 jank, but my nostalgia carried me through. Wouldn't recommend for everyone, but if you have nostalgia for the good old days, this might be for you. Army of Ruin. This is a Vampire Survivors clone. I love Survivors, therefore I love this game. Play it. BioShock. Delighted to say this game still stands up. Fantastic story. Even the iconic twists that everyone knows, I still found myself getting goosebumps. A really solid game that, regardless of trophies, I think everyone should experience at least once. Yeah, I really enjoyed my time with it. It's a great game. Really need to do the second one and Infinite. So, Vampire Survivors DLC cleanup. Did I mention I love Vampire Survivors and you should play it? I did. Well, good. The statement still stands. 90th Platinum, you've done Doom. You blast through the hordes of hell with one of the most epic soundtracks in the history of gaming. Easy, recommend. The 100% can be a pain, but luckily I had some rotating legends to help me get through. So big shout outs to Dave, Platinum Jangus, Tim, Craig, Josh, who made it less tedious. That's right, Becky, this grind is so tedious, even Josh's voice is a welcome relief. Oh, that's quality. Love that. 91, you've done Gravel. Really good little fun racer that I got cheaper on the sale, with a big shout out to Rushy, who not only suggested the game but also helped with the online. A rare W game intake from him. Yeah, definitely rare. Game played kind of like Wreckfest without the destruction, and you go through a career where they tell you about some real life racing dudes who nobody cares about racing across gravel, which by the way is used to make paths like the long path to justice that Ninja still walks along. Wow. I was wondering where that was going. Very well done, Void. Great month as always, bud. Keep up the great work. We've got Richard Butler next. Brilliant month by everyone as always. Really impressed with the people storming the ladder challenge. Just 2 for me, both for the ladder, as I spent more time trying to get trophies in other games and line up Plat 100 and 5k trophies. Also, Blattro's taken over a bit. Nice, well done. So we've got Stephen up next. Another cleanup month for me with 100% game and 2 DLC cleanups. 100% on Plants vs Zombies, the original tower defense style. I enjoyed a good tower defense game. Glad to have it cleaned up after 13 years. Nice. 13 years, wow, love that. DLC 1. Uncharted 1. Went back and did the Brutal playthrough and the speedrun as Donut Drake. Speedrun was pretty tight. Brutal is just unfair at points, dying after a cutscene when you have no control of the character. I did use a glitch to turn one-shot kills and infinite ammo cheats on to make the mode way more bearable. DLC 2, Uncharted 3, same as Uncharted 1, Brutal and speedrun. Brutal in this game was a lot harder than 1 in my opinion. The speedrun, however, was much more lenient. Very nicely done, Stephen. Great work. Oh wow. So up next, Post Office Buddy. Pretty good month for me, I'd say. Watch Dogs was clean up. The season pass was on sale for less than $5. Disco Elysium, a true narrative masterpiece. I very strongly recommend everyone go check this game out. Also, if you do, I would also suggest Wooly's read-through of Sacred and Terrible Air. Revocol believes in you. Don't let her down. House, a dark but also rather silly horror game that I saw Manly Badass Hero play years ago and decided to try it for myself. If you like indie horror games, it's worth checking out for $5 or less. Rain World, a fun but at times frustrating platformer and survival game with some interesting Buddhist themes. I'll eventually go for the 100%, but it's going to be a hell of a grind. Resogun, Ancient Backlog Cleanup. I forgot how good this shmup was. Housemarque are masters of their craft. I'll eventually need a co-op partner if I ever want to go for the 100%. Sayonara Wild Hearts, a flashy neon coloured racing rhythm game. It kind of reminded me of a Dyad. Almost all of the tracks are bangers. See if you can figure out the trophies without consulting a guide. The riddles the game gives you are pretty creative. And then we've got Maneater, not much to say here. I got the PS5 stack 100% a while ago and I was just in the mood for a fun open world game, so decided to do the PS4 version as well. Awesome, very, very nice. Great month. Post Office Buddy, love that. We've got Bellasaurus up next. I got 2 platinums in May. Genshin Impact was missing a multiplayer trophy, which I finally got the courage to do, slowly advancing the rest. And then we've got Expedition 33. This deserves all the praise, definitely one of my favourites. Yeah, I really need to get on that. Very well done. Very well done indeed. So we have Black Phantom up next, who's Gengar. Only 2 plats this month. Ladder progression, both of them. Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, way more enjoyable than expected, somewhat creepy at times, and many plot twists. Multiple endings, just like I enjoy my games, totally recommend it. And then we've got Celeste, a 2D platforming that's amazing, and if it wasn't for the assist mode, it would have been a legit 10 out of 10 game. The soundtrack was very good, awesome game all around. Great plats from everyone yet again since the summer has started. Make sure to stay hydrated and stay inside to avoid the rise in temperatures. Gives an extra reason to game. Keep on keeping on. Very well done, Phantom. Love that. So Stacey, 2 platinums this month. Animal Kart Racer 2 and Fast Riders. Both fairly easy but enjoyable plats. I went for those, as the last few months haven't been great. But on top of that, I lost all my data on my Vita when trying to get back into my gaming. I was halfway through WRC5 and had nearly finished MotoGP 14. So it's going to take me a while to go back to it. That's a shame, man. That is a shame. No way. Sorry to hear, bud. I'm sure you'll get there eventually, though. So we've got Odd Chainsaw up next. I was not able to get a lot completed this month due to moving into our new house, but the ones that I did complete were some nice ones to close out the month on. We've got Assassin's Creed Unity, set in a beautifully recreated Paris. Unity shines with its detailed world and refined parkour. The story has its ups and downs, but the city is the real star. I even got my girlfriend to play it after she recognised spots from her past trips to Paris. It's that impressively accurate. Rough at launch, but much smoother now. Nice. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I played it a bit later in time as well and had no problems. And yeah, had a good time. You know, Arno's not the best assassin, but I had fun with it. It's good. Infamous First Light. First Light delivers fast, flashy gameplay and a solid story with a strong lead in Fetch. The story's good but over too quickly. Unfortunately, finishing it means grinding the battle arenas for hours if you want 100%. Still, it's a stylish and fun experience. Jak and Daxter The Lost Frontier, a fun but flawed spin-off that tries new ideas like aerial combat but doesn't quite capture the magic of the originals. It's a decent ride for fans, though it feels more like a sidestep than a true sequel. Can't wait to post my completions for June. There is a nice one that missed out for May, I believe by a day or so. Anyways, I hope everyone keeps smashing out the platinums. See you all again next month. Very nice, love that. So we've got Craig up next. Oh God, what am I going to be reading here? What's the difference between an epileptic corn farmer and a hooker with diarrhea? One shucks between fits, the other... Yeah, I'll let you guys finish the rest of that off. That's good. I want to steal that though. I like it. Happy June, everyone. I'm told this video will be recorded in June. It is, the 23rd. Not an overly eventful month for me. A couple of plats and 3 cleanups for the month of May. So we've got Killer Frequency, one of only 2 people to complete Game Club in May. And let me tell you, some people really missed out. Another Team 17 banger, They Never Miss. They're probably the most consistent developer of the present day, probably because they're British. You play as a radio DJ in a small town where a serial killer attacks a police station, meaning the remaining law enforcer has to travel a number of hours to get back up, leaving you in charge of the emergency phone line. Meanwhile, the serial killer goes after the residents of this small town whilst you figure out puzzles to try and save them. The story, while serious, was very good and retained a little humour. The characters had urgency and the voice acting was phenomenal. I like it. I'll have to check that out. If you haven't played it, get this onto your front log. It's only a short experience. 100% golf with your friends. Finally played this with a friend. Big thanks to the legend Aiden and my King Rushy for the assist in the final DLC, so I didn't have to buy it. Very nice. The game's okay and there are balls all over the place. God damn you. Weird West, a game where you do conventional things in the East. What? I'm going to start by saying that this game won't be for everyone. However, I absolutely adored it and would put this in my top 10 platinum experiences. It's an isometric, twin-stick, immersive sim action RPG with paranormal entities. Actions are permanent as it's the death of characters and your posse, and the game has no chapter select. Someone died in chapter 1, but you need them alive in chapter 5 for a trophy. Guess what? You better hope you have a save before they died. Can't wait to play more games like this, possibly Desperados 3 followed by Divinity Original Sin. Very nice. And we finally got the 100% on Aliens Fireteam Elite, which I absolutely love to see. Obtained the plat last month. This was just cleaning up the Hardcore 10 trophy. Hardcore's a bit of an oxymoron as this was laughably easy, just a bit of a boring grind. Absolutely agree. 100% on Little Big Planet 3. Bought the DLC on sale last year. Don't really remember much about the game as I got the plat back in 2017, but I do know that no one else can get the plat now due to the server closures. Took a couple of hours to clean this up and give me a few ultra rares to boot. The only tricky part was completing a level with 3 other people. Whilst I do have 4 controllers, I'm not built like an octopus, and keeping all 4 characters on the screen at once was a little tricky. As Porky Pig once said, that's all folks. Oh, one last thing. How do you know Mike Tyson is anti-religion? He always punches people in the face. Wow. Dear me. That's terrible, Craig. It's terrible. Great month, though. Great month. Love it. So we've got Crow up next. Or in this case, Pigeon. Hi folks, hope everyone had a good month. I ended up with 4 plats this month, all of which were for the ladder challenge. Farming Sim 22, chill game of driving tractors around. Not much of note to mention. I had more fun trying to make a tower of broken tractors to randomly reach the skybox off the map, rather than waiting for the AI helpers to grind out the trophies. Can confirm jumping 500 feet directly into pavement causes 0 fall damage. Wow. Love it. Ice Station Z, baby's first survival game. Endless resources spawn, completely killing the experience and any potential for enjoyment. Don't listen to the guides. You don't need to survive 100 days without dying in a row. You can idle for 100 days and keep auto respawning instead. Nice. Amnesia Collection, enjoyed this one. Atmospheric horror trilogy rather than relying on cheap jump scares or gore. Never seen so many wieners in a game though. They're everywhere. You can tell it inspired Red Barrels and their Outlast series. And then we've got Thymesia. I don't remember a single thing about this game, to be honest. Either it was really good and my mind blocked it so that I'd be able to enjoy it all over again, or so bad I needed to drink myself to a blackout to get through it. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good little Souls-like, decent. Looking forward to seeing what everyone has finished and wishing everyone a great June. Very, very well done. Up next, it's the Sexy Ray. Only 5 plats for me since I was debating what to go for. Doki Doki is one I played just for the trophy since I watched a playthrough of it years ago. Interesting concept and so cool with how deep it gets. Coffee Talk, I skipped everything, bro. I don't care about what they were talking about in this game. I just wanted trophies. I mean, I haven't played it, but you know, from listening to other people, they seem to enjoy the story, so that's a bit of a shame. Breakpoint was a crazy clean-up since I never thought I'd go back to it. It's fine for the first few hours, then it just turns to slop. Not a good game, folks. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is infinitely easier than 3. Game quality and boosting wise, though, horrible. And then we've got Ratchet Deadlocked. Is my latest game for the ladder challenge, and I loved it. I misunderstood some of the challenges, but overall it was very fun, charismatic, and got a few chuckles out of me with its jokes. Very nice as always, Ray. And then we've got the legend Mr. Stubbs up next. Well, after 6 months, I've at last finished my difficulty challenge and can start to play other games again. Here is what I achieved in May. So Wolfenstein 2 for his 10 out of 10 difficulty. Yeah, so for those who are not privy to this, Mr. Stubbs was doing his own ladder challenge before we even did it in the server, and he's finally done it, which is absolutely remarkable. Very, very well done, bud. This game marked the end of my challenge, and boy, it almost broke me. I'm not great at FPS games, so this was a tough challenge for me. Loved the overall game, but Mein Leben, wow. Probably took me 3 weeks of only playing this mode to get it done. Was mentally drained after it. I can imagine, but you can rest now. Very, very well done, bro. Train station renovation. This was my chill game after Wolf 2. You clean up train stations. That is all. That actually sounds really good. I might have to check that out. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Love this game. I've never seen an Indiana movie, but loved every minute of this. Collectibles wasn't too bad. Enjoyed the gameplay. DLC cleanup for High on Life. At last got round to cleaning up the DLC. Loved it. Such a funny game, and DLC was just as fun. And then for the 153rd, you've done Disney Dreamlight Valley. Nice. Night Thorns suck. I've done pretty much all this game last year. Chill game when you just want to not think about Wolf 2. I would agree, that sounds perfect. Congrats to everyone on their platinums last month. Everyone's smashing it as usual. And finally, congrats again to Jeff and Bex on the baby news. Very happy for you both. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Mr. Stubbs. Yeah, I think we're... Let me just double check. I think we're closing things off with Krish, aren't we? Yeah. I remember him posting late on, so I didn't think we were coming towards the end here. So, last but certainly not least, we've got Krish. Apologies for the late post. Things have been very hectic lately and finally got time to share my plats from May. Let's go. So we've got Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Don't judge this game by its cover. The plat's very confusing, but has a decent rarity of 30% for a 1 out of 10 game. Played this as part of my first ladder game. Until Dawn PS4, second game for the ladder challenge, and I'm glad I chose this. What an amazing game. The story, the jump scares, the tense moments, and the graphics look so good for such an old game. It didn't need a remake in my opinion. Yeah, I agree as well. I agree. Try again, Jeffrey. COD Infinite Warfare and all DLCs. Cleaned up this 5-year-old backlog. At first I thought this game was garbage, but as I played it was pretty good. I'm not good at zombies, so I thank Spicy Nipple. Who the hell's Spicy Nipple? And his friend Riley once again for the help with the base game and all the DLCs. These guys are pros at this game, so make sure to hit them up if anyone needs help. Silent Hill 2 Remake. Bought this game at launch and finally got to play it as my third game for the ladder challenge. I must say, Bloober Team did an amazing job with this one. I had a blast with this game and I can't wait for Silent Hill 1 Remake. Nice. So we've got Prince of Persia The Lost Crown and the DLC for the 4th ladder game and Platinum 164. So my 4th ladder game, I was excited when this was announced as a PS Plus extra game. Bought the DLC, I had a great time with this. The story is okay, but the gameplay was buttery smooth. It was fun. And Concrete Genie VR DLC, thanks to Exact Shooter and his friend for the help with these annoying trophies. A huge congrats to both Platinum Jangus and bexxraff for the good news. I'm so happy for you guys. Thank you so much, Krish. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And congrats to everyone for their plats for May. Which brings us to the end of the list, and I can nearly rest my voice and go back to trying to complete my games for the ladder challenge. Yeah, unbelievable month. Yeah, really enjoyed going through all that. It was hard reading all of that on my own. It's a very different dynamic, not having Becky to bounce off of and sort of sharing the reading and such. Hopefully it was still engaging enough for you guys and you've kind of made it to the end. Again, it's probably something we'll just do for the foreseeable. You know, Becky will stick with just recording the beginning parts, doing, you know, our own lists, and then I'll do this on my own for now, I think, just so we can start to get out on time, because, you know, even I'm getting a little bit bored of it being so late for you guys. We want to try and get it at the beginning of the month. But hopefully you've made it to the end. If you have, we're on the road to 1K. We're getting very, very close now. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It'd mean a lot to me and Becky. You know, like the video, comment. I love engaging with you all as well. That would be amazing. Whatever you're doing, look after yourself, stay safe, and keep on keeping on.